Hello everyone, welcome back to my second KG Talks video. And on this video, we're going to be discussing the concept of criticism, in particular, how to take it best and how to identify when it is being constructive criticism or destructive criticism. And we're going to go through 6 steps in particular to help you take some feedback that you might be getting on board as effectively as possible. So I'm just going to run you guys through some information here. We're just going to get right to the most important parts that I've picked out through this text, just to help you understand this concept better. So we should start with differentiating between constructive and destructive criticism, because that's going to help us in our response to hearing someone's feedback, right? If we're interpreting someone as being, say for example, negative towards us with their comments, critical, being a hater, for example, whatever it is, that could make us take their feedback personally. And, maybe we can miss some truth in their feedback. But then again, it could also be true that they're just being negative people. So we're just going to go ahead and get into this now and further clarify that. So you may encounter feedback that's portrayed as constructive criticism, but it's actually just veiled negative comments. This type of feedback is what's called destructive criticism. Unlike constructive criticism, destructive criticism is feedback that isn't designed to help you improve and grow into a better person. Instead, destructive criticism is intended as a personal attack, formatted to harm someone's self-esteem, public, not specific or actionable, hypercritical, or needlessly nitpicky. If you encounter destructive criticism, don't be afraid to shut it down or ask help from a mentor. Okay, so this is also, broadening our awareness to be mindful of who it is that we are taking this criticism from. Are they someone who's got a sufficient knowledge base themselves to advise us on the topic that they are telling us about? That's one thing to take into account as well. And then we have to look at the truth in their comment. Let's look for any truth, no matter how small it is, and focus on that and disregard the rest, because there can be truth in harsh comments too. Okay, so now that we've got that outlined and we can differentiate between the two, let's go ahead and look at a number of steps to take in taking constructive criticism on board properly. So we're just going to go ahead and outline these 6 steps here. So according to this is the best way to respond. I've had a read of this. I think it's quite good, to be honest. And I've learned some things myself reading this, and it makes me feel more confident going into these situations too. So we're going to start from the top. Step 1, avoid immediately reacting. Feedback can engage our fight or flight response and turn a theoretically helpful session into an adrenaline-filled challenge. Before responding, take a deep breath and resist the urge to react, respond, or argue. So it does help to have a bit of a heads up before taking criticism, it seems. You can get yourself more relaxed and prepared for what's to come, and not get into a defensive mode. That's what this is urging us towards, okay? Step 2. If need be, remind yourself that constructive criticism can help you improve. Even if you didn't know this feedback was coming, try to remember that this constructive criticism is being offered with your best interest at heart. Step 3, listen to understand, not to respond. When someone is offering constructive criticism, listen without formulating a reply or defensive response to the feedback. Keep in mind that the person is offering feedback in order to try to help you, and try to listen with an open mind. Okay, so this calls for us to be humble in our approach to the feedback that we're getting to, right? Let's not assume that we're perfect. Let's not assume that we're masters at whatever we are doing. Let's be always ready and open that there is a possibility for more to be gained, okay? We want to maintain what's called a beginner's mindset, basically going into situations. Even with your craft, even with your skills, always think there's room for improvement, okay? And by having that humility, we're going to be less defensive when criticism comes to us. So step 4, connect the feedback to your role, not to yourself. Feedback feels personal because we think people are criticizing us. But in a business setting, constructive criticism is usually based on your role. Good feedback can help you improve in your job, and often isn't as personal as it feels. So, you know, no matter how hard something may be to take, we're going to be strong and, you know, operate on the basis of the truth and just be ready for whatever information we're going to come, because it's only going to be to our benefit if it's true. We may really be doing some wrong things that are holding us back, okay? Thank the person giving you feedback. Giving constructive feedback is hard. Thank the person for their energy and effort in helping you improve. I think this is a good little, you know, mental trick to see the person who's giving you, as is explained here, you know, the person who's giving you this information, yeah, see them as a helper, right? See them as someone who's coming to you to help you on your path. Look at them like that, not as someone who's an enemy. You know, if they fit within the bracket of constructive criticism as we identified earlier. The sixth and final step, ask questions but don't challenge the feedback. Though you shouldn't challenge or refute the feedback, it's okay to ask questions and brainstorm how you can improve. If you aren't ready to ask questions immediately after receiving critical feedback, that's okay too. Set a follow-up meeting to chat more about how you can improve. Okay, those are some very great steps. I encourage you to consider these and, you know, just bring them to your awareness in your everyday situations, in your workplace, you know, with your partner, with your friends, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you're working hard towards a goal. You have other people involved in that who supervise you, who watch you. Consider these steps when they're giving you feedback, but more importantly, differentiate first whether it's constructive or destructive criticism. And if it's being destructive criticism, you should know to ignore it. And, you know, you have the right to stop that as well. You know, you can let the person know what they're doing is wrong. But most of the time, if that is happening, it's best to ignore and not respond. But if it is constructive, go ahead and apply these 6 steps and let me know how that works for you.
It's table 7, yeah? It's all in the lift, yeah? The 2 steaks have been up and down like fucking Abby Titmus's knickers. Serve it, please! Absolute fucking useless.
Well, I'll go and deal with that. Can I tell you about my problem?
Deal with something then!
Can I tell you about the other problem?
What's the other problem?
We've got a burnt Yorkshire tart on table 9.
How can it be burnt?
I'll go and get it. And they're missing sausages. I don't know where the steak is, but they're missing it.
Fuck off, yeah? Get on the phone and get your job back. Where's the tart then? Let's go! Burnt my ass. I've never seen such a fucked up service in all my fucking
wow. Oh my god.
Unfucking believable. 2 sausages?
Yep.
Yeah?
Okay, this was asked for well done. And this person is sending it back.
And let me just tell you something. You know, in terms of well done, look, we praised it. What is that?
That's well done.
That is well done, so stop bringing me shit!
What about this, Gordon?
That is well done!
What about this?
It's well done! Look at it, it's well done, we praised it!
That looks pink to me.
That's gristle, you fucking idiot!
Okay.
What is that?
Gristle.
Look!
Yeah.
Look, it's white inside!
Okay, I'll tell it.
Oh my god! What a fucking muppet.
Hello everyone, here's Gordon. It's good
Hello.
to meet you.
Emma, how are
Nice
you?
to meet you. I'm fine.
Good to see you. And you're the...
Chef de party, desserts and starters.
And this is?
Phil, that's
Phil. Chef de cuisine.
Yeah, well, thanks to differ. Well, yeah, no.
Okay. Anyway, it started off good. I arrived and I thought it was actually quite a stunning, intimate little place. Then the food arrived. Solid rock hard prawns. You dig deep and you come across the mashed potatoes got laced with fucking apricots, tomatoes and a red currant jus.
No, it's a
Red wine syrup.
What the fuck were you thinking about putting apricots inside mashed potatoes?
Do you know what, right? I actually took the recipe from the Good Food magazine.
The Good Food magazine.
Yeah.
That's the bullshit answer. What were you thinking about putting it together?
Well, why not? It's different.
You've got every right to be slightly fucked off about it. Because I would be if I cooked that shit. And here we are, in a current situation, on our arse, and the chef over there wants to fucking laugh about it.
What the fuck do you want me to do about it? You're standing there fucking mouthing me off.
Fuck
do you know
that.
what I mean?
You've just shown me over the last 3 minutes your attitude stinks.
It doesn't at all.
And you can't take criticism.
I can't
If you're
take
gonna-
criticism. There's ways and means of going about and putting criticism across.
It's the way you speak. You speak arrogantly. How would you like to be spoken to?
Just like a normal person, like anyone would speak to anyone.
No, let's go the other way, shall we? Please be so kind to remove the apricots from the mashed potato.
See, now you're being a fucking sarcastic.
No, but
fucking
I don't know how. I mean,
No,
listen,
no.
we got a problem
no,
here,
mate.
yeah? And there's a fucking issue with the food. Now fucking Mr. Chipmunk in the fucking corner's pissed off the fact that I'm telling him something constructive.
See,
If I can't get over that hurdle,
there's no
I may as well
that
fuck off back on the
personal
train now.
fucking attacks.
Do you understand? Have a word with the chef, yeah?
needs a bit of
And if he's gonna
tact.
fucking
Excuse me, I'm
remove.
standing here. So,
Oh, sorry.
If you want to talk to me, talk to me.
I'm talking to
Stand
the
me
owner.
like I'm a fucking kid.
Fuck me.
Did you like anything about the 3 courses?
There was one saving grace, yeah, there was. The sticky toffee pudding was fucking delicious.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my goodness, guys. So, this is pretty much on the extreme end of criticism, but it gives us an easy way to illustrate the difference between, constructive and destructive criticism, right? So Gordon Ramsay is probably one of the most ruthless people to come across, to have him critique your work in his realm anyway. So, you could see that he was using a lot of cursing and kind of like name calling and putting down, but at the same time, he was calling out truths. So you could say that, all the extra stuff, because he's on a TV show, he's trying to make some entertainment as well, I'm sure. But, that wasn't necessary, name calling and those kind of put down kind of stuff. So we could consider that destructive, but the constructive stuff was the facts that he stated. He did state a lot of facts too, and showed what was wrong. So that gives you a bit of an illustration between the difference of constructive and destructive criticisms.